Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're there at the shop. It's been almost 2 weeks since we upload anything, but we've been doing some work. Almost every event we got people ask what going on with the Civic, what going on with the Civic. Civic I do it one good thing, we rebuild it and we rebuild it stronger. So we ran into some issues after the November meet. They did put in we find us with a broken valve spring. So we say alright, we'll go through it, change valve spring them, change valves, and we do a whole heap of upgrades to it. And when we fit up back, we have a challenge with number 4 cylinder missing. It's not the first time I have this issue. So we say, all right, we're gonna just check everything, go back over everything. And we identified some problems. So since that time, we've just been working on getting the car basically in a position where we can do a 10-second pass. Yeah, I make a claim from now, we want to do a 10-second pass with that car there. That's a street car. Remember we get it, we take that car there from 16.3, 16.1, go all the way to 15s, we run 15-second class, we run 14-second class, we run 13-second class, we do 12-second class with it, and now we say, alright, we're going to finally put something together that we can do a 10-second pass with it. The last goal we have it was some level something, but we moved to 10s now. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of what's happening in the car. Turn the covers over there. So I'm going to pull off the covers and we show you what we do. And then we also are going to show you a quick update what going on with the shop and some other projects that we have working on right now. Alright guys, so see it here. This is the Civic from January or so. This is kind of where it's been. So we had some challenges with number 4 cylinder, as I was saying, because we kept getting a misfire from this cylinder. Now, what we did was have some machinists come and take a look, find out what's really happening, because I had felt something in the cylinder itself. There is a little divot somewhere in here, or a impression. Yes, there's a little impression in here that kind of was giving us the issue, and also the shape of the cylinder kind of stay away. So we found out a little trick. I'm gonna show you guys. Is a machine show me this, it's an old school trick, and I was fascinated by this thing. So in my hand is a piece of newspaper. See? The newspaper, and measuring it this way is about 3 toe. About 3 toe. So what I'm showing me is that if your piston face to face or facing the normal operating position, if it cannot slide within the cylinder this way, you have a problem. Also, if you have a challenge going on the sides as well, yes, you have a problem. So we did that, and we realized that cylinders, well, all of them, they kind of tight. So the machine is say, it can take a horn and we can go back to using the actual pistons that we're running. So this is cylinder number 4 piston. As you can see right here, so kind of just look a little bit too shiny. So this was what was rubbing on the cylinder wall. Alright, this is what was rubbing on the cylinder wall, causing it to lose compression. Eventually it rub a nice little groove in the cylinder that would allow compression to escape, or oil to come up and in essence add too much compression or out the spark, or that was what was happening. So when that missing started happening, we say better we just pull out everything make a machinist come check it and him come check it. I'm gonna show you how the cylinder thing gonna watch our style here. Alright, so this is the piston from number 4. We take out all of the rings in. So him set the newspaper like so, normal operating position, and it may push down on the piston now and it's not moving. So that simply means say it tight. What if we change the orientation? Watch this now. So easy it slide down. Easy. So that simply means cylinder number 4 out of spec. It's not round anymore. So it's have a slight thing there. It was slightly shaped bad. It does have a bad shape. So it's not allowing the piston to slide down. We try it in this cylinder and see what it do. Slides a little bit further than the other one. Hold on, let me draw this out. So it slide in, slide out. Kind of tight. So to take away from it, the engine needs a little bit more clearancing for the rings. So machinist say when we get the new rings and new pistons, because we are changing piston here, we're not use them here again. We're not use these anymore. If we're going to change piston, might as well we go in a direction that we want to, that will land us where we want to be. So we need to lower the compression them here 13 to 1. So I drop them here, put them on one side. It's probably more suitable for all motor, but for what we want to achieve, nitrous, we have to go lower compression. So we get some JE pistons. We're going to use back these max speeding rods and eventually rebuild the motor. So by about next week or so, we're in last week of May. No, last week of April. January, February, March. April, yeah, last week of April. And wait, when the piston them come, we're supposed to be able to call the machinist, make him hone it for we, and put back, we'll start fit up back and ready again. This time around, we'll come with a little bit different setup. We'll call direct port nitrous as well as a second stage where we can, up top, third and fourth. That stage now will help us to move down into the class. So we'll try to see if we can get a 10-second pass out of this car. Ultimately, we will build back another motor for this car, because guess what? We'll get a next shell. We'll get a next 4-door shell. That one, we can lighten it as how we want it to. Right now, this car still have a whole heap of street trim in it. Carpet, radio, may all have amplifier in the back. So we want to get out all of them something. Even the AC, I think for just do away with the whole thing. But we want to get back this car to a streetable place. Take this entire setup, put into the other car, and then have that as a dedicated 10-second car for racing only. This now will be a street car you can drive on the weekend and enjoy yourself, right? It a go bad same, but it won't be as aggressive a build as this one. So, that being said, we'll just wait on the piston them for come, and then we start putting the other things in. We have wired in, we wired nitrous already, so this is the single stage. This is going to go for the direct port. So we have a purge solenoid around here, so we need the wet system now. The wet system, I already have the fittings for the wet system, so that shouldn't be a major issue for putting. We have 2 solenoids, so we have the fuel solenoid and another nitrous solenoid. I will go feed that directly into the intake pipe, and then that comes in at the higher RPMs and in third and fourth. So that'll go be with second stage. And hopefully we can get this thing going in the direction we want, right? So that's basically it for this car. We're going to move on to the other things that we're happening at the shop and give you a quick rundown. Alright, so since last time we did look at the inventory of the stuff. We still have the Subaru 2.5 turbo, automatic, Tiptronic, and yeah, that bad, that fast. We got another car. This is a Mazda CX-3, but this is a 6-speed manual diesel. So hopefully we can get a customer interested in this. Behind this we have a Suzuki Swift 2020. This is a Toyota Yaris Cross hybrid. And you know, most of these small cars are now coming in that trim. Behind that we have a Toyota Passo 2019, and this is also a pretty nice economical car. Yeah, no mind the feather banners them, but breeze mash them up. But yeah, so it's a Toyota Passo, and we also got in a Mitsubishi Evolution 10. It's a 2013 Evolution 10, and this I sell as well. We now touch this, not even as much as drive it out. Oh, we also have a Toyota Aqua, and if you guys who follow the channel will remember, we got this as a small little salvage. It was, the front was totally gone, like no bumper, no headlights, no grill, no nothing. And we got the car running in the night, sent it to the body shop, and get the spray man for doing thing on it, and see there, come out pretty nice. So it's a Audi Q5. We get a little front damage. We pull up front, just want to make sure the engine healthy, so we're gonna start it and see. What we do now is just connect the intercooler, the part of the intercooler pull off. So what we might do is try and seal this back and just catch on the intercooler and start it. Also we want to connect back these two lines here for the transmission cooler. This line and this line. So we're going to do the radiator already damaged. Proper hole in it. 2 holes as a matter of fact. And it burst here so already, and somebody try to fix it. That never worked out. So what I'm going to do, pull off the whole of this side, reconnect the lines for the transmission cooler, for the transmission side, put it back on the car so we can start it and at least attempt to move it to see if everything is okay with it. There's no drive belt now, so there's not going to be any AC or any alternator on there, but it shouldn't be that bad. We can put on back a belt. So we're going to get a belt for it tomorrow, but we just want to start it and hear the engine sound. We have also see my corner here, so got this from a friend who kind of just get tired of it, a VW Jetta, and this is one of the twin charged setup Jettas. This car they had a small accident. I think it was a bicycle or a bike man or something of the sort that went into the windscreen, damaged the bonnet, so we changed the bonnet, headlights, so the bump up on the ground there, and a couple other small things in there. We kind of had an issue with it before. It wasn't revving beyond 2000 RPM until yesterday. We said, all right, we could pull down the intake. Well, it's a friend of mine, Superstar, you know yourself. So Superstar, they come and observe while me try get the car for rev and thing, and realize that the intake hose did a collapse. So we say, all right, well, something alright. So we took off the hose. We thought it was the hose collapsing was causing the issue. Turns out that was all the way stuck up in there. Newspaper. So apparently the person with my brethren did have the car. I think he probably take off the intercooler. As you can see, the intercooler there underneath here. So he take off the intercooler pipe and put something inside the pipe somewhere here to kind of prevent things going in there. And ultimately, when we finish, they totally forget. When he finished with the car, yeah, he totally forgets him to put something in there. And the car, when we start the car now rev, we wonder why. Turns out newspaper was in there. Clear the newspaper and everything good with it. Of course, we tear down the interior because we sent the roof liner off to be reupholstered. As you know, with these European vehicles, they tend to have sagging roof liners, so we get that reupholstered and come back and fit up back everything, and the interior itself should be back to 100%. No airbags deployed or anything. We just have the car basically prepared so that we can get it sprayed, get the interior back in line, and then ready to go. Alright guys, so see it now. You know, the Subaru lovers would have liked this. You know, the interior of it. Well, I'm not too like the seat covers, but kind of give the car a little pop. Kind of have a little vibes about it, you see me? But I work with it, see what I'm going. You would have seen the insides of the Evo already. Yeah, so guys, not gonna lie, we have some work to do. Have a lot of building things to build. The other car to send down and repair. I gotta do some work, man. I'll do some work and get some things going. But for now, I'll just close out the video here. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate the likes, I appreciate the subscriptions, the views, all that I get so far. I'm very much appreciative about it, and I would love to see it grow and continue. So, want to support the channel, guys. Want encourage. Even if you have any ideas around things that we could do and change, put it in the comment section, make we know. And you know, forever, you know, we love the work we've got, and you know, we hope for good results. So continue to do the right thing, guys, and catch you in the next one. See?